Imagine a world in which you are free to express your uniqueness, follow your passions, and forge your own path without always looking for approval. A world in which you are not constrained by the expectations of others around you. More than ever, we live in constant fear of being judged. Whether it's in our personal relationships, careers, or on social media, we look to others for approval, validation, and affirmation. However, this never-ending search for outside validation can be a stifling force that prevents us from reaching our full potential and leading authentic lives. We'll explore Musashi's philosophy in this video as we learn about the strength of inner power, independence, and acceptance of oneself. We'll discuss the freeing advantages of not giving a damn about what other people think and provide you useful advice on how to get over this fear. In a world where conformity and outside validation are constant pressures, Musashi's wisdom endures, and by following his teachings, you can achieve personal greatness. His life and philosophy serve as a beacon of hope, and his unwavering dedication to authenticity and self-mastery serve as a constant reminder that our true strength comes from within. It's possible to think of the weight of other people's opinions as a heavy cloak that hangs over our shoulders and causes us to doubt ourselves. Social pressures and the fear of being judged. The profound psychological effects of continuously worrying about what other people think must be understood. Can you imagine living a life where every choice you make, including what to wear, what to do for a living, and your hobbies, is determined by what other people might think? This never-ending search for outside validation can weaken our sense of value and self-esteem, making us reliant on other people's approval to be happy. In actuality, we give up control of our own lives when we allow the opinions of others to shake us. Our goals and desires are frequently sacrificed on the altar of conformity, but this doesn't have to be the case because of the power of outside validation. Humans are inherently driven to seek out external validation. From an early age, we look for approval from our parents, teachers, and peers. As we get older, we also seek out validation from friends, colleagues, and even complete strangers online. We yearn for likes, shares, and comments, thinking that these online affirmations define our value. Although this need for validation is a basic human need, going too far can be problematic. Overly caring about what other people think can result in a life that is written by others rather than by ourselves. We become prisoners of public opinion, making decisions based on what will win favor rather than what is truly important to us. Pursuing external validation has two drawbacks. It can be erratic and unpredictable, and what makes one person happy may not make another. When we put our self-worth in the hands of others, we give up control over our happiness and general well-being. Musashi recognized the dangers of seeking external validation and how it can taint one's judgment and prevent them from achieving true mastery. He understood that in order to succeed, one must overcome the need for continual validation and instead find inner strength. The core ideas of Musashi's philosophy are inner strength and self-reliance. He held that true mastery could only be attained when one put more emphasis on discipline and self-improvement than on getting praise and recognition from others. The idea of the way of the warrior, which emphasizes living a life devoted to the relentless pursuit of excellence, and that the path to mastery begins with mastering oneself, that is, facing our inner demons, doubts, and fears, is one of Musashi's central teachings. In the heat of combat, Musashi also emphasized the need of mindfulness and presence. A warrior needs to be completely focused on the here and now, free from distractions and doubts. This kind of concentration can only be reached when a person is not troubled by feelings of guilt or the need for approval from others. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi emphasizes the importance of individuality and the necessity of paving our own unique paths in life. He writes, "You must understand that there are multiple paths to the top of the mountain." By doing this, he encourages us to follow our inner guidance and disregard the opinions of others or social norms. Musashi's philosophy is centered on the idea of detachment. He said that the real strength came from maintaining one's composure and refusing to be influenced by outside events or other people's opinions. Detachment from the opinions of others opens up a wellspring of inner strength and authenticity. Detachment does not imply indifference or apathy. Rather, it means being freed from the need for constant approval from others and from the need for external validation. This was best demonstrated by Musashi's own life, in which he lived as a wanderer, abiding by social norms. He carried a wooden sword and dressed in tattered clothing, defying the customs of the day. Unburdened by other people's opinions, he was able to concentrate on the things that really mattered. His development as a person and his martial arts proficiency, Musashi was a lifelong learner who felt that, in order to grow personally, one must stop caring about what other people think and instead focus on understanding oneself deeply. By doing this, one can gain clarity about their values, strengths, and weaknesses. From there, one can go on a journey of self-improvement to become the best version of themselves. Musashi was a swordsman who practiced his craft non-stop, reflecting on each battle regardless of victory or defeat. His unwavering dedication to self-improvement served as a testament to the potential of constant growth. When we stop looking to other people for approval, there are many advantages to not caring what other people think. Our source of confidence changes. We now draw instead of constantly needing affirmation to feel good about ourselves. Being authentic means letting go of the need for approval from others. We can communicate our ideas, emotions, and desires to others without worrying about being judged, which results in more sincere and meaningful relationships. Fear of being judged can be a prison that limits our ability to act and make decisions. We can follow our passions, take chances, and live life on our terms when we overcome this fear. The lessons about inner strength and self-mastery also help us become more resilient in the face of adversity, teaching us to persevere through obstacles and setbacks, understanding that opinions from others do not determine our value. We find greater fulfillment and purpose in life when we follow our own path and pursue our true passions. We no longer chase after meaningless accolades, but instead look for real satisfaction in our pursuits, now that we know the advantages of not caring what other people think. Let's explore some useful advice to help you get over this fear and adopt Musashi's way of thinking. 1. Introspective thought. When you are certain of your own values, take some time to consider your aspirations, goals, and values. Your decisions are less influenced by outside opinions. 2. Techniques for mindfulness. When you're completely focused on what you're doing, you're less likely to be distracted by what other people might think. Practice mindfulness to stay rooted in the present moment. 3. Accept vulnerability and realize that it's a sign of strength rather than weakness. Be honest about your flaws and fears with people, even if it means being true to who you are. 4. Set boundaries. You have the right to refuse requests that don't fit with your values or make you uncomfortable. By setting boundaries, you can safeguard your emotional health. 5. Self-compassion strategies. Be kind to yourself and remember that everyone makes mistakes and faces difficulties. This is how we learn and develop. 6. Combat pessimistic ideas when you doubt yourself. Often our fears are unfounded, so creeps in and challenge those negative thoughts, asking yourself if they're based on facts or just assumptions. 7. Embrace a supportive circle of people around you. Build relationships with people who encourage your growth and authenticity. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people can give you a solid foundation for change. One of the biggest barriers to letting go of people's opinions is the fear of being rejected or criticized. It's a fear that stems from our innate desire to fit in with society. Throughout his life, Mushi encountered difficulties and criticism. He was frequently mocked for his unconventional behavior and appearance, but he never wavered. Instead, he faced criticism head-on, realizing that it was an inevitable result of his uniqueness. To overcome our fear of criticism, we must learn to see it as an indication that we are daring to be different and that we are paving our own route. Accepting criticism as a source of development is a crucial step on the path to emancipation. It is not necessary to become unaffected by other people's opinions in order to stop caring what other people think. It's about developing resilience and inner strength. Mushi's life serves as an example of the strength that can be found when one stops looking to other people for approval. This inner strength allows one to become resilient in the face of hardship and unwavering in pursuit of their objectives. Remember that you have the ability to live a life of authenticity and fulfillment, free from the limitations of outside validation. Adopt the wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi and set out on a life-changing journey of self-discovery. Greatness awaits you when you stop caring what other people think and start living life on your terms. In order to receive more in-depth insights, please like and subscribe to our channel if you found this video to be helpful.